Hey everyone, NacroVMX here and welcome to the February feature for 2010, the Stephen King-o-thon. In picking the 28 films to review this month, I've set certain rules. They must be based on or inspired by work by Stephen King, meaning adaptations of novels and short stories and things like that are in, but no original screenplays, so I won't be reviewing Creepshow or Storm of the Century or anything like that. Second, original films only. I'm not reviewing any remakes or sequels, though I'll certainly mention them and give my opinion when I can. Anyway, first off is Carrie, a 1976 film starring Sissy Spacek, Piper Laurie, and John Travolta. It's based on the novel by Stephen King, Carrie, which came out in 1974. The book itself had an interesting writing style. It told itself through a series of letters, interviews, and newspaper clippings. In that way, it's reminiscent of the 19th century horror novel Dracula by Bram Stoker. The plot is pretty simple. Carrie White is a mousy wallflower sort of girl, tormented all day at school by her cooler classmates and tormented at home by her crazy mother, a Christian fundamentalist who thinks everything is evil. Carrie has telekinetic powers, something that her mother always saw as a sign of wickedness and sin. So her powers are repressed and underdeveloped. In the beginning of the film, Carrie gets her first period at the very late age of 17, and it scares the shit out of her. We quickly learn that she never knew of such a thing, as her mother never taught her anything that wasn't about Jesus. Her classmates cruelly torment her by throwing tampons at her and chanting, and her mother is unsympathetic, believing it to be a curse brought on by sin. She punishes Carrie by locking her in a prayer closet with a creepy likeness of Saint Sebastian shot up with arrows. The girls responsible for taunting Carrie are punished by the gym teacher, though one of them rebels and leaves the detention, losing her ticket to the prom. I really like the gym teacher, especially when she slaps the bitch upside her head. Fuck that sass-talking bullshit. Of course the girl, Chris, blames Carrie for the entire thing, probably because she's demented, and her boyfriend, played by John Travolta, and her devise a plan to humiliate Carrie by dumping pig's blood on her. The relationship between Chris and her boyfriend just cracks me up. She won't stop calling him a dumb shit, despite him asking her not to, and the fact that he gets abusive when she does this. And when he slaps her around, she seems to like it. What a fucked up couple. Another great relationship is between Carrie and her mom. Her mother is a certifiable nutcase. Piper Laurie thought the film was going to be a comedy because of how over-the-top the character was. Her portrayal of Carrie's mom is great, definitely the highlight of the movie. I wish she got more scenes. Sue Snell, one of the girls who tormented Carrie, feels guilty for doing so and wants to help Carrie by having her be a part of the in crowd. So she asks her popular boyfriend Tommy to take Carrie to the prom. Gotta hand it to Tommy. Most guys in his position would have been like, fuck you. Carrie gains confidence from this, enough to stand up to her mother. Chris, the evil bitch, rigs the election for prom king and queen, so Carrie and Tommy win, and comes the pig blood. Up until this point, it wasn't much of a horror movie, more like a high school drama. But with this final humiliation, Carrie just flips the fuck out and kills everybody with her powers. These scenes are great, with great use of camera angles, colored lighting, and split-screen camera effects. Carrie kills everybody, even those who tried to help her, as she thinks everybody was in on it. The only survivor is Sue, who was ejected from the prom moments earlier. Ironic, as she was believed to have been trying to prank Carrie, when actually she was trying to prevent the prank. Carrie goes home to her mother, who isn't very sympathetic, and stabs her. Carrie kills her mother with flying knives, and if you look closely, you can see that she hit her in all the same spots as the arrows hit Saint Sebastian. In the end, the White House collapses and burns down, killing Carrie. There are some differences from the novel, but I found that, out of all the adaptations of Stephen King novels and stories, Carrie remains to be one of the most faithful. All the actors involved do a great job and are perfectly believable. There are some scenes that are weird, like when Chris starts blowing her boyfriend. She's also talking to him at the same time. She must be a ventriloquist or something. Some fans have said that the novel's ending, where Carrie stops her mother's heart, is better, but I don't think that would have worked well in a movie, so I don't mind that they changed it. Originally, they wanted to have the White House destroyed by flying rocks, but they didn't get it to look right, so they just had it collapse and burn. Overall, Carrie is a great film, a horror classic that builds slowly instead of going for shocks throughout. I've also noticed references to the 1960 film Psycho, like, for example, Carrie attends Bates High School, and they keep using violin notes from Psycho. Well, that's the only part I found irritating, the violin notes. It got old after a while. Carrie got a sequel and a remake. It was even made into a musical, if you can believe it. I haven't seen any of those, so I can't really comment on them. I stick to the original. It's great, and it didn't need to be expanded on. I give Carrie a 9 out of a possible 10.